It's Paradise, everyone. I'm your host, Marissa, and I'm here with my co host, Dystro. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope everybody is having a very, very good week. This week has went by super fast.
Yeah, I would say so.
I don't know if it's just because I was, kind of wishing my week away. I wanted to get to Thursday so bad for so many reasons. I don't know if that's why it seems like it went by so quickly. But it's been a very, very good week for me. What about you?
I think it's been a good week for me as well.
It's been a busy week, but a very good week.
Yeah, for real.
Ah, we are very quickly approaching the end of April, guys, and I can't freaking believe I'm saying that. We have only 3 episodes left of April after this. So, this is fucking crazy. These months are just flying by so fast.
Yep.
Time flies when you're having fun. ah, Anyways, thanks for joining tonight's episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. We are back with another breakdown episode, and yes, you guessed it. This is Billy Talent's Dead Silence. Um, as y'all may remember from our album ranking episode we did, where we revisited last year's episode, I actually kind of flopped a few of my albums around, and Dead Silence is my current number one favorite Billy Talent album.
Yeah, and was I think Billy Talent 1 from
Yeah, yours
last
was the
year.
debut, and Dead Silence was your number two.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be a fucking fun one because this album has 14 tracks. This one's a little long, but um, it's gonna be. This one was actually probably one of the easiest um, breakdown episodes that we've done for me in my case because a lot of these songs are good.
Right.
There's maybe one weak one on this album, to be honest. That's for my ranking. I don't know about yours.
Uh yeah, well, I mean, we'll get to it, but it's just like
Do
there's
we
some
differ?
yeah. I mean, some will probably differ on maybe, but
Do I need to grab my boxing gloves?
no. God, you're starting fights with me.
Hey, you gotta fight for your right, man.
Yeah, no Beastie Boys.
Oh God. So here is some context about Dead Silence. This is Billy Talent's album that came out in 2012. So this year it will be turning 11. So I think what last year? Yeah, last year we did the pilgrimage with Billy Talent. It was our first one. So it was kind of fitting that we did Dead Silence last year
Hmm.
because it turned 10 last year. That is crazy to say. And we've got freaking Billy Talent 1 turning 20 this year. We're definitely going to have to cover that album later this year. Um,
Yeah.
so this album came out in 2012. It's 14 tracks. This album, oh my god, I feel like it's one of the more slept on albums, but it's really, really good. A
Hmm.
lot of the topics on this album have to do with personal struggles or conflict in this world today, so to speak. Um, Especially with surprise, surprise, for example. We'll get into that when we get to it, but that is one that really stands out to me when it comes to personal issues um, with a topic. So yeah. So if you guys aren't familiar with our breakdown series, number one, go watch our previous episodes we've done. We've done ACDC, we've done Blink, we've done Billy Talent. We're gonna get to Def Leppard very, very soon. We've got more on the way, but go check them out. Um, but if you don't want to check them out yet, here's how this goes. We just break down the album track by track. We rank every single track on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being bad, 10 being great. We talk about the meanings behind the tracks, if we could find meanings, and we can also talk about our personal meanings. After that's done, we take that and we rank the album as a whole on a scale from 0 to 100.
Yeah. It's always like we always differ on certain tracks, but then there's sometimes like
We
have
agree.
we agree too.
All right, let's get into this because this is going to be long. Number one, we have a very, very short track. This is very interesting. It's titled Lonely Road to Absolution. This track is very interesting. It's something that we've never seen before with Billy Talent
Yeah.
at this point.
At this point, yes. Uh it's a really like it. it's very like not fast song, but it's kind of like
It's slow.
yeah, it's very slow.
It's like it's intimidating. Like it really is. It's kind of intimidating, this track. Like it, because my rule of thumb here, an opening track is supposed to tell you what this album's going to be like, what you are in store for. This is the perfect one, to be honest, for this album. It fits. This album talks about a lot of dark topics, talks about a lot of serious topics, talks about a lot of like kind of like rebellious topics, we could call it. So it definitely fits. It's a very, very slow, dark track. It's only like a minute and 13 seconds or something like that. It's the shortest track Billy Talent has done.
Hmm. Up to that point.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
Judged on Crisis of Faith is a little longer by like 20 seconds.
Yeah, but I mean, we could have gotten more out of that track, but that's for another time.
Like, I feel like
Uh,
this track suits where it should be. Like, yes, it should be short, this one. It should be short and sweet and to the point.
right. Now, I'm looking at, the interpretation that you showed me earlier. Uh,
Yes, from Reddit.
s- uh, Somebody had said, I think the song speaks about people who don't think about others and the bad things they've done to them and receive praise for doing so. Also, how everyone is a dick to each other. It calls them out and it tells them to rethink what they're doing all by themselves. That's straight facts.
That is straight fact. That person put it perfectly. Shout out to person on Reddit. Who the fuck? Oh, did I really get rid of the screenshot? Like the screenshot I had, it was before I cropped it. Fuck. Um, I want to give this person credit, but I unfortunately cropped the fucking
You
screenshot.
know who you are.
Yeah, if you're listening, you know who you are. Thank you for that. Yeah, that puts it to a T right there. And you had a hard time finding a meaning for this one, but I just randomly went on Google and looked on Reddit and shit, and I found it. I'm like, okay, this works.
It's like, yeah, it's like when we put in the Billy Talent subreddit later on and stuff that like you know who you are.
Yeah.
You'll get that credit.
So thank you.
Yeah,
For me, I don't really have a personal interpretation with this song. It's basically what this person just said. Perfectly straightforward to the point. Short song. Even though I'm not crazy for short tracks, this one fits because it really kind of sets the tone for this whole album.
right.
What are you gonna give it for a ranking?
uh, God, it's like why you gotta put me on the spot like that?
I don't know. Maybe because you're my co-host.
I'll give it an 8.
Oh, okay. So we differ this time.
We're gonna differ.
Yeah, it's
Duh.
okay. It's okay. I put it at a 9 out of 10,
Oh my
just
goodness,
because.
just because I was one less.
No, it's just because this track, like in terms of setting the mood for the track for the album, it works. It really, really does.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're off to a good start. Okay, track number 2. Everybody knows this track. It's Viking Death March. Like you cannot get any better than that.
Yeah, that's it's a like a really solid like second track too.
Oh, fucking absolutely. And fun fact, I used to hate this song.
It's like wow. Uh, I okay. This is just my personal opinion though. It's like they could have put this song first and would have been like a really good opener for this album, and then put Lonely Road to Absolution after it, just to kind of like
Mellow down.
mellow down. Yeah, like cool the crowd, like sort of thing.
That kind of works. Yeah, you're right. That is a good way to put that. Viking Death March, it's one of the hits from this album that was produced. I'm very happy that this track actually really blew up for people. It's a banger. It's so good. It for me, this song talks about like rebellion, like kind of like being like, oh, we're not gonna take this crap, like that kind of thing.
Right. I found like 3 different meanings, to
Okay.
be honest. So one person said it could be about corruption within the Catholic Church. Then another person said it could be about sin, and then another person said religion and capitalism at the same time.
Okay, yeah, that they are all right. That is all pretty valid. Like I said, this album has to talk about a lot of public problems.
Hmm.
This being one of them. Yeah, like there is a lot of corruption in this world, in more ways than one. I don't really want to get into that. It's not really my thing to get into, but
Hmm.
yeah, like I like. I say this all the time with Billy Talent. There's songs you could put them into your own perspective, and you can take them any way you want, and it just makes the song so much more enjoyable.
Right. Somebody, when I was looking up the song meaning for this one, somebody said it's not about Vikings. I swear, it's not about Vikings. I was like, it's Viking Death March, so it's like you would think, oh, like, yeah, it's about Vikings. Like, nope, no, no, no,
And the
not.
thing is, like, if you know Billy Talent well enough, they're all fucking nerds. Like on their spare time, they go and like look at all these like places around the world. Like let's say they're going to Germany for a couple shows, they'll go and like walk around Germany and shit, and go find all these historic places. That's what they do. They're nerds. Go watch
Hmm.
Scandalous Travelers. They will tell you everything.
Hmm.
Um, I gave this one a 10 out of 10. Like, you can't beat this one.
Hmm. That's why I said, like, if you switched this one with Lonely Road to Absolution, it would have fit like perfectly.
Yeah,
I'd say 10 out of 10 too.
yeah. There's no question about that. That's a good song.
Hmm.
All right, track number 3. Here's Surprise, Surprise. This one, funny fact, this is actually one of my first Billy Talent songs I found on the radio one day.
Nice.
I love it. It's fucking fast. It's fast paced. It's like, fucking Ian, man.
It's like the drum work from Aaron too. It's like it's like so heavy too.
Oh, that's right, Aaron. This is actually Aaron's last album with the band before he relapsed with MS. That's right.
Hmm.
Wow.
See, I know. uh,
So, what do you like? What's like the one thing that really stands out to you about this track?
um, it was like there when Ben says like our generation is a fucking joke,
Yes. Are we on the same
because
page? This is great.
because the meaning that I saw, it was like it's about how much trouble our generation is in, and then for example, it's like gadgets, like AKA tech. Like we're so used to like doing things on our phones now and stuff like that, and it's like this is why our generation is a fucking joke sometimes.
It is. It really is. And it sucks, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, technology is great in some aspects, but when it comes to other aspects, it's really not. Like, what happened to fucking. I know I'm probably gonna, like, y'all are probably gonna call me boomers. I was born in '02, okay? Leave me alone. My parents grew up in, like, the '70s and '80s. What happened to the '80s where you literally had to fucking telephone somebody from your house or even send a letter or go walk to their house or
Or a
drive to their
pager.
house or a pager or something? Like, what happened to that? Passing notes under the desks at school to get, to go on a date. Like, what happened to that? Nowadays, you can just fucking send it on Snapchat.
Like, hey, you up? Yeah. All right.
The whole AI shit too. It's like, get out of here. Like, let's go back. Let's go back in time. I don't know if y'all know, I've been on an '80s kick lately, but we'll get into that some other time. Um,
Yeah, we'll get into that.
so surprise, surprise for me, it's basically the same exact thing that you said. It's about like how our generation is fucked. Like it's like we're not going the right direction at all.
Hmm. It it was like when I've been like looking at like the song meanings and stuff like that, they're like talking about like some topics that like they themselves can relate to, which is like it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like we could also relate to that in some aspects too. And then uh it's just like, yep, well, this generation is fucked. So
It really is, and it's sad to say that.
well, I mean, we live in an age now where technology ruins our brains a lot.
Yeah, that is true. All right, where are you gonna put this one at?
I say 10 out of 10 for me.
Ooh,
It's another banger for me.
I'm close. I put it at a 9.5 because the problem with this track, I overplayed it. I've heard it on the radio so many times over the last 3 years. I played it on Spotify a lot. Like this was like a song I was really obsessed with for a while, to the point where I kind of overplayed it, so it kind of knocked it down by like zero point 0.5 of a rank. So it's at a 9.5 for me, but it's still fucking good. No matter what I say, that track is amazing. I love it. Moving on.
Generation is a fucking joke.
Jack. Track number 4, Running Across the Tracks. Oh man, I haven't heard that song in a while.
I haven't heard it in a while either.
Wow, I know what it sounds like. Obviously, like I know every song by heart, but man, it's been a little bit. Um, I'm running across the tracks. The main chorus is fucking fire, and then like when they get to like every step that I aim to break, I fall behind, I fall behind. I love that fucking little like that little verse right there. I fucking love it, especially with the backing vocals. Like it just adds to it, makes it more like ugh. And then there's a part in the song where it literally feels like it got louder. Like they sing that verse again, and it sounds like it got louder. And it's like whoa, whoa, whoa!
Ben's
The fucking adrenaline's picking up here.
Ben's like, hey, turn me up.
Fuck.
So, I was gonna ask you, did you have an interpretation for this?
I don't.
Okay, so I found a song meaning for it. It says drug addiction and hopefully quitting.
Really?
Like hopefully is in like parentheses though.
Hopefully, yeah.
Cuz it's like
Wow.
cuz it's like I think if you like look at some of the lyrics it could be talking about drug addiction. Cuz like I know with like White Sparrows when Billy Talent 3 came out, like they had that huge like heroin problem.
Bless that song.
It's like I think it kind of like ties into that kind of in a way.
That is a very very interesting take. I never thought of that song in that way. Wow. Because for
Internet.
me, like yeah, like for me, like some of these songs, like they're kind of just like songs I can jam to and not think about the lyrics. Like there's songs like that I listen to, and that's one of them for me. But now I'm gonna have to listen to that again and think about it in a different perspective, like the one that you were just talking about. That is very very interesting.
Hey.
Yeah. Anything else?
Nope. I
All
didn't.
right. I'm gonna give this a 9.5 because it does not beat Viking Death March for me. It's like right around the same ranking as Surprise Surprise.
I would give it a 9.
Okay, that works. You know what? That's fine. That's not bad. All right, track number 5. Another one I haven't heard in a while. Love was still around.
That was too real.
I'm gonna have to go look up the lyrics of this one. I haven't heard this one in a while. I love
So,
the opening. Ben's just fucking yelling. I love it.
I mean, when he's the ever not yelling.
Alive right before your eyes. It's like literally the first fucking chunk of lines is him yelling the lines. I love it. Um, yeah, I'm looking at the lyrics. It literally kind of sounds like a war song. Like it's just like it's dark.
So, I had a kind of like personal interpretation about it,
Okay.
but slash song meaning here.
Mm-hmm.
It says about how a decision can change a life.
Ooh, that is a good one.
So like it kind of reminds me to the Lonely Road to Absolution song
Yeah.
because it's like some people like they do unto others that they do unto them sort of thing where it's like karma will come back and bite you in the ass if you don't do something for that one person sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm reading a lyric right here. Someday you'll see the life that you turned down. Ooh. Perfect timing for this song.
Yeah, perfect timing.
I'll explain at the end of the episode, but yeah, I'm looking at the lyrics. I'm getting two vibes here. One being like a vibe, like violent situation kind of vibe, like where it's like your town is under attack, that kind of thing. Then I'm getting that other vibe where it's like this is like about a breakup. Uh, like I just said, someday you'll see the life that you turned down, and it's like that saying goes, like one of these days you're gonna come back and you're gonna realize, oh shit, I fucked up. Like that's what's gonna happen. Like it's one of those kind of things. It's interesting.
Get interesting for you.
Yeah. Where did you put this one?
um, Good question. I think I did like 8.5
Really?
for
Wow.
it.
That's okay. I gave it a 9 just because I, at one point, really liked this song. I wasn't obsessed with it, but I really,
Mhm,
really liked this song. And I kind of need to hear this again, to be honest. It's been a little
mhm.
bit. Okay, track number 6, yet another hit from this album, Stand Up and Run. Now, this one too. As I mentioned in the last episode we did, where we were doing random ranking, we got this song for the episode, and I mentioned how this song apparently I've heard it throughout almost my whole life. I didn't know who it was until I got older. So technically, I've been listening to Billy Talent my whole life, and I didn't even know it.
Right.
Opening riff.
Inside.
Literally, this song is a very squeaky clean love song.
Hmm. Like, okay, there was somebody had a different meaning for it. I don't know, but let me just see if it was in the same ballpark here.
Okay.
It says went through a stage in his life where reason and logic were the utmost importance.
Hmm. Okay.
That's why I said like it could be same ballpark, but it's like probably not.
Like, okay, let me go look at the lyrics here. Because like with me, I can kind of interpret songs by their lyrics and stuff. Like I learned to comprehend them much better if I read them. Um, yeah, it's a cheesy little love song,
Stand up and run.
and
Stand up
I'm a
and
sucker for that. So I am looking here. Oh, lovely Ben Kwolowitz. He actually explained it on show 97.7. Holy fuck.
run.
In late 2014, frontman Ben Kwolowitz explained to show 97.7. Oh my god, love of my life. Where the inspiration came for this song. He said it was like the Wonder Years, which is a band I actually listened to. Show where there was Kevin and Winnie, and then Winnie moves away. So imagine being the guy sitting there waiting for your love to come back. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if it's true love. If you're with each other now and you don't see each other for another 15 years, and then see each other again, you're still gonna love each other. So it's kind of about waiting and knowing that the universe will make you together if it's meant to be. Fucking spot on, Ben. I'm gonna actually share the video with you. That is so cool and interview him. That is so fucking badass. I didn't know that existed.
Huh.
I'm gonna send to you right now. You can watch on your own time. But that is so cool. So it is pretty much what I said. It's a cheesy little love song. Meant to be will be, so to speak. I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm same.
That is so cool though. Like I'm like geeking out over here. All right. So we are at the halfway point for this album with track number 7, Crooked Minds. Ooh, this one's a spooky one.
Oh boy.
This one's a heavy one, but a spooky one.
Yeah.
It's kind of another one of those revolt songs where it's like you're standing up for yourself, you're standing up for what you believe in. That's my personal take.
So I had a song meaning for this one too.
Mm-hmm.
I always do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said ongoing destruction of our planet by those who can't see anything but short-term dollar signs.
Ooh, that's an interesting take too.
Because it's like with our government nowadays, it's like they always just see
The
nothing
money.
past money. It's like, okay.
Like, okay then. Oh wait, it's like that fucking gif, but alrighty then.
Oh, right then.
So I think I found another meaning on Reddit. It's actually by the same person that I was looking for. So, I think their username is underscore. It's the word wild, but it's all like underscore W underscore I. You get the point. So shout
Mhm.
out to that person on Reddit because spot on for your review and stuff of Crooked Minds and all the other tracks, by the way, for Billy Talent. Um, yeah, so they actually kind of broke it down, meaning like they broke it down verse by verse and put a description for each verse. I'm only going to read it like the first one. The first verse, they broke it down. They said, "The world is ruled by crazy people. Many of them didn't learn from the history of mankind and still make the same mistakes as their ancestors. People are angry and they sooner or later will overthrow them." So, pretty much kind of what you were talking about.
Right.
That's just from the first verse.
Mhm.
What the song is going to be about. It is about kind of like revolting, overthrowing the over like the big powered people. You know what I'm talking about, like that kind of
Mhm.
thing. I tend not to go into politics, but again, this is what the song's about. It's just a really good song. It's heavy.
Right.
What are you gonna give it?
I am going to give it a. I'm gonna give it a solid 9 for me.
Okay, I gave it a 10 because this is a very slept on track for this album, and it's really good. This track is really, really good. It's probably one of my favorites of
Mm.
all time. Um, yeah, this is a good one. It's dark, it's heavy, it's like, and the thing is with Dead Silence in general, Ben's vocal work is superb. It's so good. It gives me shades of like Billy Talent too.
Mm. Yeah, I
All
can
right,
see it.
track number 8, Man Alive. Okay, this one I haven't heard in a very, very long time.
I could not find a song name for this one, so.
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna go see if I can find something for you. Man Alive, track number 8. Um, let me see. Okay, yeah, we got the same person for Reddit. They did it as well. So let me see what they said. Once again, they broke it down verse for verse. So I'm just going
Mm.
to talk about the first verse. The first verse describes the Bloodsucker Society, which I think is a term used to describe this man's work, or rather, people working with him, especially his boss. At first, he'll be fine with spending more time in his job so he could pay for his life. The narrator warns him to not lose himself in this so called grind and spend some time being alive, contributing to his hobbies. So, in simpler terms, don't spend your life worrying about work. You need to have a personal life outside of it.
So, like, so his work life sucking the life out of him, pretty
Yes.
much.
Hence the term Bloodsucker Society.
Hmm. It reminds me of well, reminds us of a certain somebody. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Oh
but
man.
but it's like I can kind of relate to this one because it's like sometimes like my social battery sometimes at work can get drained, but then I always have that personal life outside my work, but it's like I really don't have one,
You've
but I
got the
have one.
Discord life.
I have the Discord life, yeah, the Discord personal life.
Oh man. Yeah, like you still talk to me daily, and same thing with Ken's and our other friend Corey. Like we literally talk daily.
Right.
It's about effort, people, ladies and gentlemen. It's about effort.
Treat
you don't make
yourself.
if you don't make the effort, that's on you. So yeah, it's another one of those songs where it's talk about like how life is and stuff, how really fucked up life could be. And that's kind of like the general theme for this album, minus a couple tracks. This
Hmm.
one I find kind of the weaker track of this album. I gave it an 8.5.
I give it an 8.5 as well. Excuse me.
Okay, cool. We're on the same page. Okay, number 9. This track made it to my top 10 songs list this year. This is Hanging by a Thread. This one has a very, very personal meaning for me.
Yeah. Um.
Very.
Okay. It's funny because like I could not find a song meaning for this one, but then I was like, you know what? It's like I'm just gonna base it off of your
Yeah.
interpretation. And I was like, well, it's troubled relationship that's hanging on by a thread.
Yeah,
That's
it's kind
basically
of
what it
about
is.
like, because if you read the lyrics, like opening lyric is "Hello, hello, hello, my darling. Have we reached the
Hello,
end?
hello, hello, my
My
darling.
have we reached the end?
And
'Cause when the stitches fall apart, we're hanging by a
by a
thread."
thread.
That is literally it for me. It's like like you're trying to fix things with your partner, but like every time they hurt you, you just find yourself back to square one. And like the only time you feel okay is when they so called try to stitch you up or patch you up.
Mhm.
It's that constant cycle in a relationship. And I have been through that. It is absolutely the worst feeling when like it's just like they promise, they're like, oh, we're gonna things are gonna get better, I promise, I'm gonna change, blah blah blah. And it's just the same cycle. It's a fucking loop, endless loop, and it doesn't break until you break the cycle and leave them. And that's what
Right.
happens. Like, it sucks. It really sucks. And like I find that this generation of people, they're like that. Like they don't know what true love is. Like they don't know what it means to be in a relationship. And it sucks. It is absolute trash. So this song really has a personal effect on me. It's a very, very good track. It is so good. It's probably one of the best way to describe my relationship kind of songs. It's one of those songs that really resonates with me more than any track from Billy Town, minus one or two. Um, that's why it made it to my top 10 this year. Because, man, this is good.
And plus, it's a deep cut track.
It is. It really is. Like, I don't really hear people talk about this one a lot. And it's sad because it's so good.
Right.
Where are you going to put this one?
I'm gonna break the scale. I'm gonna give it an 11 out of 10.
Well, I didn't do that. I stuck with the scale.
I know, but I'm just kidding.
You're
I'm
over
gonna give it.
exaggerating.
I'm getting 10 out of 10 anyway.
Yeah, that's a 10. It is really good. Speaking of 10, we're on the 10th track. 10th track is Cure for the Enemy. This one is another one I didn't like at first. It took me a couple listens to get into. My
Yeah.
god, it's fucking heavy. Like the opening, it doesn't sound heavy. But like when you get to the main chorus, it's really heavy. It kind of has a dark meaning behind it.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of I think I have the meaning behind it. So it says it's about losing friends and or family members to illnesses like cancer.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
Dark
looking on Reddit
topics.
again. I'm looking on Reddit again. Pretty much same thing that you said. Um, it actually has to do with like a family member, like you said. Let me see here. Opening verse. Time is just few people ever argue why it is or why it does even exist. It's there, it always was, and it will always keep going forward no matter what. Time doesn't stop when you want it to stop. Time does not stop. Time keeps going. Hence why Pink Floyd wrote the song Time.
It's this kind of hits me on kind of like a personal level because as many of you know, like Marissa knows, like one of my friends from like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, he passed away very very young, like my age,
Yeah.
uh, and it's like it kind of like I wish like he was still kind of here, just to cheer me on and all that stuff. And I know he's doing that in the afterlife, so
He's up in the clouds, my brother. He's up in
yeah,
the clouds.
he's he's probably doing a fucking guitar solo with Eddie Van Halen right now.
He's reaching
Uh,
for the sky.
reach for the sky, boy.
Oh, God.
But I like it. It kind of just it hits people. It
It
hits people
does.
different.
I think the main lesson for this song, based off of just what I've been reading, is that time is precious. Time doesn't stop when you want it to. We're all close to death, whether we know it or not.
Hmm.
Like, you could be here today, gone tomorrow. Like, that's kind of the gist of this song.
Hmm.
Like, don't hold grudges. Don't do any of that shit. Just live life the way it is.
Hmm.
Keep peace. Um, This is a 10 out of 10 for me as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I say so too.
All right, down to the last four. Track number 11, Don't Count on the Wicked. Ooh, this is another one that I have a personal feeling with.
I did not find a meme for this one either.
Oh, I got you. I got you, man. I don't know
Like,
why I'm sounding like fucking Mark Briscoe.
I got you, man. I got you.
Reach for the sky.
Reach for the sky, boy.
God bless Jay Briscoe. God bless.
Yeah, God bless, man.
God
Like
bless.
he was like, God, man, like he was what, like
He's
30s?
like 38 or something like
Yeah,
that.
he was 38. Like, damn. So
So, what
his
the
brothers
fuck?
got to go on through life without him, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So for me, revisiting the lyrics, for me, this song screams solitude. It screams um, being single, focusing on you. It screams that to me. Because it's like, let me see. It's like this heart don't count on the wicked. We face this world alone when all they want is to break you, turn anger into hope. That's the main verse in the middle of the song. That fucking literally is me. Like, I don't rely on people. I just focus on me. I count on myself. I am confident in myself and who I am. Don't need anybody. Um, but it's always that one little message at the end that says, turn anger into hope. When you're angry, when you're feeling bitter about someone or something that someone has done to you, turn that anger into hope. Put it into a positive perspective. Like, okay, I've been through this. I know what to look for now in other people when it comes to interacting with other people, and I know what to do if I get into that situation again. Don't be angry about it. Just stand your ground firmly. Don't move. Defend yourself, but at the same time, remember that there is hope at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
It's that kind of thing where it's like, okay, I'm independent. I can rely on myself, and I can keep myself in check. Like I've been for 2 years now. I've been keeping myself mentally sane. Um, it's great that like I feel like this. It really is. It's like good that I can self motivate myself and talk to myself like this in a positive aspect. Because 2 years ago I was not able to do that at all.
Gotta treat yourself.
Treat yourself. um, do you have a personal interpretation for this one as well, or no?
I mean, it's kind of basically like what you had said about like trying to find the happiness in life and kind of like just living your life kind of like to the fullest sort of thing. Like, you don't have to like it's like just try to be happy for yourself, like, treat yourself. But like, it's like there's always that light at the end of the tunnel sort of thing. And like you said, like, like turn anger into hope, which I've done many a times. But like it's like we always need that. We don't always need that anger, but it's like that anger could always just turn into hope someday.
Yeah, like for example, all of March I was fucking bitter. I was angry. I was bitter. I was like on edge. I was full of angst. I was going through a lot, and I'm not afraid to admit that here in the open. I mentally was going through a mind fuck of a whole bunch of things, and I was just so fucking angry and bitter. And like I've talked about it on Shoot the Shit before with you guys. Like here I am in April now. This month is really good, and I said that in the last episode. This month is a big turnaround from March, and I think it's just because my anger has kind of subsided, and I've turned that into hope. Like I've turned it into more of a positive aspect. It's like, okay, I've accepted the fact that this has happened and I need to move forward from it, or else if I don't, I'm going to be wasting my life and wasting my time being sad over it, over something that I can't control. So, yeah. Anyways, this is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10
Man,
as well.
damn, this album's full of fucking bangers
Banger after
after
banger
banger
after banger
after banger.
after
All
banger.
right. Track number 12, Show Me the Way. This is another one that is on my top 10 list again this year. This track is never leaving my top 10 list. This track has pulled me through the hardest times in my life.
Right.
Now, did you find a meaning for this?
Yes, I did actually.
Wow, okay, good for you.
Good for you. No, kidding. So, what I found is it's about not being able to fix past fuck ups and not being able to do what you wanted to. The it's not. It's about not being able to pass past fuck ups and not being able to do what you want before you die.
Oh, that's cool. So there's a clip that Aaron did for Billy Talent. They talked about "Show Me the Way" in a 2-minute video. So I might send that to you later. You can watch on your own time. I'm probably gonna watch it too on my own time because I want to hear what he has to say, considering it's coming from a member of Billy Talent. Um,
Mm-hmm.
"Show Me the Way" is actually another one of those songs I really stumbled across in 2021 when I really started to dig deep into Billy Talent on my own. At this time, I was going through a breakup and I just needed something, needed music. I was looking for new music to add to my playlist. This is before I really became a music enthusiast. Like, I didn't start my music enthusiast stuff till last year. This is just when I was doing a free for all. I was looking for more stuff. This song popped up on YouTube. I watched the video, loved the music video, fucking colorful as hell. This song just put me in a different state of mind. It put me in a state of mind where, like, my life is going to get better from this song. Like, it sounds so upbeat. It really does.
Right. It
It's just a
does.
different sounding song.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, man. It's a 10 out of 10 for me, to be honest.
Another 10 out of 10 in a row.
I'm serious, bro. What
God
about you?
damn. I say, yeah, 10 out of 10 for me.
All right, final two tracks. Track number 13 is Swallowed Up by the Ocean. This one is a more powerful track than the others, in my personal opinion. I actually know the real meaning for this as well, but I take it into my own perspective at the same time. For the
Hmm.
true meaning, it has to do with our relationship with Earth and how we've kind of failed this planet with pollution and trash and littering, not recycling. We've kind of failed our so-called planet.
Yeah, so when I was looking at the song meaning stuff, Ben had said that in an interview. He said he said that the song is about Mother Earth and human treat her. It says, and one day she will eat them. That's what Ben had
Yeah,
said in an interview, which I was like,
it's
okay.
yeah, it's pretty much what I said in simpler terms. It's about our relationship. We failed Earth. We really have. Um, but for me, if you look at the lyrics, it kind of also resembles a relationship that's also failed. A relationship in general.
Right.
It's like you've watched this person change. Oh God, this is relatable. You've watched this person change into somebody that you didn't want them to change into. Now you can't do anything about it. That change has kind of swallowed them up, so to speak. Hence, that's kind of what I kind of take this song as, and I make it makes it more enjoyable for me. It makes a bigger impact on me as well. It's just a really good song. It starts out with fucking keyboard, with fucking piano. Like, we never hear piano in a Billy Talent song.
Yeah, that is crazy though.
And then all of a sudden, shit like gets real. Like, it gets loud. Uh,
Right.
where are you gonna put this one?
Uh, I would say a solid 9.
I gave this one a 10.
You know,
I told you, I love this fucking album. I really do. And the last, we have our closing track. It's the title track, Dead Silence. This one's good too. This is the perfect closing track. Hey, this one ties the album up completely together. Perfect. Fucking perfect. I love how they actually waited and used the title track at the very end.
yeah.
Did you find anything for this one?
I didn't find one. Not. I didn't really find one to be honest, because like there's some songs that's like there is meanings for, but then there's some there's none for, which is like what the fuck?
I'm trying to look on Reddit, see if I can find anything. Oh,
So
right here.
I was gonna say like one of the lyrics that says like we're living underneath the Atlanta sorrow. I can hear the bombs rain down, and how do I explain there's no tomorrow? I can hardly make a sound. So kind of probably like deal with like kind of in my personal opinion, it kind of deals with war maybe.
Yes, you are actually right. So, same person, by the way, on Reddit. This war and how terrible it is. But there's one thing that makes it much different from other ones. It's written from the perspective of a dying soldier. For comparison, the track Navy Song from Billy Talent 2 is about a dead sailor. This may seem minor, but makes a huge difference in how this song sounds. If I had to guess, I'd say that he was making a journal on calmer days, and it's his final injury. Dead silence stands for death. No surprise here. He knows that it'll eventually rescue him, in quotes, rescue him from the overwhelming pain. Verses describe the scenery around him, an overall image of war. The bridge tells that the world will survive if we stand side by side, which basically means the nations have to stop fighting if we want to live on this planet. It also touches on the justification of war and losing your loved ones in it. So, spot on, right? As soon as you said war, spot on. Like, I can see this. This is really good.
Yeah, it's funny because like the song that kind of reminds me of like what you were saying, it kind of reminded me of Metallica's One with the video behind it
Yeah,
because the the guy in the video it's like he's he's just he's begging for death,
yeah,
and it's just like oh like he's just sitting there and he's just laying there and he's like trying to like tell the nurses like he tells the nurses in Morse code to be like end me, like just end the suffering,
wow.
and they're not even doing anything. They're not even doing it at all, and
Damn.
it's just like what the fuck.
Yeah, like, what the hell? So, this track definitely ties this album together perfectly because this album has to do a lot with that kind of topic. The
Hmm.
government, freaking technology, politics, like everything, relationships in my case, Earth, or relationship with Earth. This album is fucking amazing, and the closing track is spot on. I give this a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd give it a 10 out of 10 too.
So that is all the tracks. Now for the fun part, hearing the overall rating of this album on a scale from 0 to 100. What did you?
I'll let you go first.
You must hate me, don't you?
Now, why would you think
I don't
that?
know. So, spoiler alert, this is actually going to be my highest ranked album yet since we started the breakdown series. So, we are breaking a record here. For me, this is a 96 and a half for me.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this album is amazing from start to finish. Just that one track in the middle, Man Alive, is the only weak track on this album, in my personal opinion. The vocal work, amazing. The topics that are discussed, it's really intriguing. Like, you can take a lot of these songs in your own perspective. You don't even have to take them in the perspective of politics. You could take them in the perspective of like a relationship that's gone wrong, or a love song, or anything like that. That's what's
Hmm.
so good about this. There's a lot of good tracks here. The fucking guitar work, everything about this album from top to bottom is solid. It is a solid 96 and a half for me.
That's crazy. Because I had the exact same thing.
Don't lie. Did you
No,
really?
no, I did. I swear to God, I did.
Wow. No, and disclaimer, we don't check our lists like with each other before the show. We don't do that.
Mm-mm.
We go in blind. That is crazy. We actually agree on an album for fucking once. Wow. So why did you give it a 96 and a half? Like, what's your take for it?
It's like you said, like from start to finish, like except for the first song. To be honest with you, um, it's like it's banger after banger on some of those like especially the like last like what like 4 or 5.
Yeah, those
It's
are
like
strong.
it's like strong like it's like like when some bands like they play like a good set and it's just like okay like they gotta have like the last 4 or 5 songs like be like the absolute like best songs to close out the show, to get the crowd like more hyped and like send them home happy sort of thing. So it's like okay, this one, and this one, and it's just like boom, like okay, that's like we sent the crowd home happy, and they made the audience happy with all those songs, kind of
It's
in a
just a
way.
fucking amazing album. It's amazing from top to bottom, and I couldn't be more happy with this. So that, my friends, is the breakdown of Dead Silence. What do you guys think about this album? I feel like this album doesn't get discussed enough based off of what I've seen. When everybody talks about Billy Talent, they're like, oh, Billy Talent 2, oh, Billy Talent 3. Like, nobody talks about this album, and it's kind of shitty, you know? This album's really, really good. Um, yeah, let us know what you guys think about Dead Silence. Let us know in the comments or on social media. Go talk to us. We will answer. Um, all right, so our next episode is another breakdown episode. So you guys are getting a double breakdown this week. We are kind of taking a little bit of a U-turn, and we're gonna go and do a Fall Out Boy album. We are breaking down Fall Out Boy's newest album, So Much for Stardust, because we listened to this album literally the day it released.
Yeah. So since it's still fresh in our minds, kinda
Let's break it down. Let's talk about it.
breakdown.
And we aren't doing our Fall Out Boy pilgrimage till next year.
Yeah.
We've got our pilgrimages packed for this year. We've got Fall Out Boy scheduled for next year, but you guys are going to get a little inside peek with So Much for Stardust. I am so excited to break that album down with you guys. It is a really, really promising album. I can tell you that.
From start to finish, yeah, it was good.
Absolutely. Big step up from the previous album, Mania, which came out in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys are interested in seeing that, tune in this Sunday. Very, very excited. I can't believe we're doing a double breakdown week. Like, that is crazy.
And we didn't plan that either, I don't think.
Well, I think is I
Well,
wrote down all of our episodes like ahead of time. It's just like I kind of doing two breakdown episodes in a week.
mm,
That's okay. So what's your song of the night?
so my song of the night. Well, it was what? It was like, was it like yesterday or 2 days ago? That new Foo Fighters song that came out?
Yes. Oh my god, that was yesterday.
Rescued.
Yes, let's go. Let's go. So, if you guys haven't heard the news yet, Foo Fighters is dropping a new album on June 2nd, which is literally 3 days before my birthday. That is fucking amazing. Um, so, they're dropping a new album. It's going to be their first album without Taylor. So, I'm very interested to see what this is going to be like. Obviously, a lot of these songs are going to be in tribute to Taylor. God bless him. But they released a new track. They had been teasing it for about a week or so. The track is called Rescued. Very, very good. Shoma's played it a lot today on the radio, and it is so freaking good. I can't wait to hear the rest of the album, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So that is tonight's song of the night, Rescued by the Foo Fighters. If you guys are interested in hearing that, click on the top right-hand corner of the episode towards the end. There will be a link that pops up. It should take you to the lyric video. Go ahead, take a listen. You will not be disappointed. It is very, very good. I'm so excited we're getting new Foo Fighters stuff. Like, I'm ready.
Right. Yeah, me too.
It's been such a good day. I can't believe it. It's just been a really good day. And after this episode, we're going to go listen to more Def Leppard. We're almost done our pilgrimage, too.
But hey, it's been a fun ride though. Let's say I'm not gonna cap on that. It's been a fun ride on that.
Oh my god. It's going to be so hard to come up with a top 10 list for songs for me on Def Leppard. It is going to be the hardest time for me. I thought AC/DC was hard. No, this is going to be even worse. Watch it be all like fucking Pyromania stuff. Lay the whole album top 10. Anyways, if you guys stuck around to the very end, we greatly appreciate your support. Be sure to follow us on social media by clicking on the link in the description below, which should take you to Linktree. We have Instagram, Reddit, TikTok, and Twitter. Go follow us there to keep up to date with the podcast. We also have Dystro's YouTube channel as well. He does gaming content. I'm in there sometimes too. We just played a 2K22 the other night.
And I'm at 676.
Yeah, he's on his way to 700. Let's get him there, please. Let's get him to 700.
24 away, baby.
25.
See what you did? See what you did?
So go subscribe to his channel, go show him some love, share his content around. Once again, go listen to tonight's song of the night, Rescued by Foo Fighters. And that's it. Thanks for listening, guys. We will catch you this Sunday. Peace.
Peace.